Good evening and welcome to the Tessa-Marie show. Tonight we are going to visit one of the pillars of prosperity. Tonight, Monday night, is always the emotional pillar of prosperity. So the emotional pillar of prosperity, as you know, is one of the 5 pillars. And that pillar is a pillar that takes a lot of bad rap. People are constantly saying, my emotions went haywire. I did things I shouldn't have done. And they're angry. Are you one of them? Because if right now you're listening to this and your emotion has taken you to the other level, I just want you to know that I have the answer. I know what to do. The pillar of emotional prosperity is a pillar that people abuse. Many times in coaching, I come across people who looked at me and said, Tessa-Marie, I just let my emotion fly, I let them get it, and this and that, and I really let it go. And I can tell by the way they're speaking to me about that experience that they're still having that heavy negative reaction to that emotional, bringing out the worst of the pillar of emotional prosperity. And then I usually follow this with when the breathing has stopped, the eyes stop squinting, the frowns are disappearing slightly from the forehead, the neck vein is no longer engorged. I go, okay, and how did that work for you? Well, as you know, I'm here. I lost my wife, I lost my this, I lost my job because of this tirade of mine. And I said, okay, you don't have to get angry. I'm not against you. I'm just asking you how it worked for you. Well, I lost friends, I lost family, and really, I'm financially it drained me. I'm spiritually disconnected to all what I thought I loved and I believed. And so I said, and what could you have done differently? I don't know. There was nothing I could do. I said, okay, we're not going back there. Ask a simple question. So if you don't know what you could have done differently about this pillar, I know what to do. I know how to help you fix this. I know how to guide you. I know what you need to do to put this pillar at the highest level possible, to raise it to the point where it is the strongest of all your pillars, a pillar you can depend on, you can stand up on. And of course, just like a few of you out here may be looking and saying, yeah, Tessa-Marie, you can fix everything. Yes, I can fix the pillars. I know their strengths and I know their weaknesses. That's my specialty. That's what I'm good at. So, of course, I can manage the pillar of emotional prosperity and I can fix it. The thing about this pillar is that we let it get away from us. It slips through our fingers just like this, like water. It just slips. You put your hand under the tap and you feel the water dripping through your fingers. Well, that's what we let happen with the pillar of emotional prosperity. But that is not what it needs. That pillar has so much power and strength in it that once you harness this pillar of prosperity, once you go in and you grab this pillar of emotional prosperity and you hold it up, that pillar is really going to change your life. The pillar of emotional prosperity has to be harnessed, channeled, and it has to be applied and put in the right form. It has to be used with delicate attitude, knowing that it can wake you up, knowing that all your dreams can be met if you push that pillar right where it should be and use it wisely. If you have the ability to harness that pillar and apply it, your desires will be met. Because for your desires and your dreams and your desires to be met, which is the same, you have to have goals. Goals are the steps to making dreams and desires become a reality. One of the steps is to have a healthy emotional pillar. Your pillar of emotional prosperity must be strong if you want to meet your goals. People are using that pillar, and we are actually encouraged to use that pillar in a negative way. I let them have it. My emotion, I was raging. But you were the only person raging. Did you know that? Were you aware of that? That pillar of emotional prosperity can give you everything you want if you know when to push it forward. I have the way to do this. I know how to do this. I know how to take you from a weakened pillar of emotional prosperity and drive you up to a strong pillar of emotional prosperity. One that will enable you to make your dreams a reality. But you'll say to me, and I know there are going to be doubters up there, and I will get the DMs, and I'm happy to get them, and I will tell you why. When you send me a note and say, Tessa-Marie, really, the pillar of emotional prosperity will help me make my dreams come true? I go, yes, sure. And the thing is, I know how. I know what you can do with that pillar to help you make your dreams a reality. To make you take these proper steps. Dreams and goals are not the same, right? So what you're doing towards it has something to do with emotions. And very often, we let that thing go away from us like a wild buck. And we join. We actually forget our dreams. We forget what we desire. And we let our emotion take over. That's when the veins are swollen. The frowns are on our forehead. Our eyes are squinting. Our fingers are clenching. And we are so angry we cannot even breathe. In some cases, people only see the white of the eye. The pupils have gone somewhere else. Anger. That is what people see when they hear emotion. But I am here tonight to tell you that's not true. That wonderful, amazing, interesting, must-have pillar called emotional prosperity has strength galore. That pillar can make you successful. That pillar can teach you how to enhance your potential. That pillar is the one thing that will take you to the level where you want to be. If you know how to harness it, how to channel it, and how to make sure you use it to bring it to exactly the point where it has to be the best pillar you ever have. How do you do that? With this pillar in tow, you can shake it off. You can shake off all what it is. The thing about the pillar of emotional prosperity is that you have to be in the moment with it. But that is exactly when we let it loose, is in the moment. If you let it loose, are you really, really there with it? That pillar needs you side by side. That pillar needs you to understand what is going on. That pillar is not going to stand up and wait for you to catch up to it. You let it go, it will be like a horse. It will leave the paddock. The horses have got out of the barn, and now is not the time to lock the barn. That's when you are filled with regret. That's what we do. We let our emotions get away with us, and then we decide we are going to get full of regret. And we are going to say, if only I had not. If only I had remembered not to. If only I had paid attention to you, Tessa-Marie. If only I had listened to what you told me at our last coaching session. If only does not change the situation. But I have the answer. Your emotions, this is where it's going to come. Your emotion is so strong. It has so much strength in it. It has so much to give you. It has so much you can take from it. That if you channel it and you harness it and you put it in gear and you don't let it run like a wild horse, you can do so much with it. When we desire and we take our dreams And we can see our dream clearly, whether we put it on a vision board and whether we look at the vision board daily, hourly, or however. If we take a half a cup of emotion, just half a cup of emotion that is not destructive, just half a cup of a positive emotion, and we take it and we throw it at the vision board in a positive way, I am guaranteeing you that what is on that vision board will come to pass. Because that emotional prosperity does not lie in your head. It does not hide in the forehead that creases or in the veins that are sticking out because you're so emotionally angry. It's not in the eyes that is squinting and the teeth that is clenched and the gritting and the finger. No. That valuable, forceful thing that nature gave us called emotional prosperity is sitting in our heart. There it is. This is where it was born, and this is where it lies. That is why sometimes when people are in such an emotional rage, halfway through having the rage, they have a heart attack. Or they start to hyperventilate, they cannot breathe, the blood is not pumping to the heart, it's not going anywhere. You have seen it. They get red in the face. And that is because they have taken that wonderful, amazing, fast, energized, working emotion with so much positivity and they have thrown it against a brick wall. It does not stick on brick. It sticks on dreams and desires. It is part of the steps, the goals you take to make those dreams and those desires a reality. This is what the pillar of emotional prosperity is. I know how to harness it. I can teach you how. What you need to do is something I know how to do. It's something I have taught others. These people that sit in front of me and let it roll, these people that I have stood up in some cases looking down at them because I was at work, and through no fault of the institution, but through their neglect and their lack of responsibility, suddenly they wanted their lack of responsibility to be an emergency for me. I, the employee of this institution, you did not do what you take responsible for what you were doing, and no, your lack of responsibility is becoming an emergency for me. That's not how it works. So I've seen what it can do, but I can also tell you I have lived and I have seen what it can do when it is harnessed in a positive way. So let us look at what you can do. We know we can fly off the handle. We all know that. We have all done it, one time or the other. But what we have not done is do it boldly and outwardly and do not care about who sees you doing it. Do not care about who knows you are doing it. Taking your dreams and making your dreams emotionally safe. Making your dreams feel emotion. Putting emotion into your words of positivity towards your dreams and your desires. That's what we have to do. Everybody expects us to take emotion and make it a wild bucking horse. What is hidden in the depths of that emotional is the positive way you can enhance it. It creates life when it is harnessed during sensuous actions. The more emotion that transpires through that time of life is created. And so can you imagine we are using our emotion to create another human being, but we cannot harness that same emotion to create a better life. Because each of them we might be doing unconsciously. But if you put conscious effort in the moment, at the time, you will get the positive result you're seeking. Emotional prosperity is a really strong, beautiful, enjoyable prosperity. It is the one that will make you feel like you're flying like an eagle, soaring above the sky. How you do that is to stay in the moment. Stay in the moment of your emotional prosperity. Make sure you're positive in it. When the time comes, everybody expects us to go wild. Pull in the reins. I need emotional prosperity right now. That's what you have to do. I have a goal to achieve. Speak it out. Speak it out loud. Loud and clear. Do not speak it out with lack of emotion. Transfer that emotion of anger and rage. Put some butter on it. Add a little bit of jam. Put some jelly with it. Sweeten it up and make it a more positive prosperity. Make it work for you. So you want, for example, you want to buy a very expensive 450E. Somebody once told me, I think that's what it was. Put emotion. You know, Tessa-Marie, my car is going to be a Mercedes-Benz 450 GE. And feel the G and the E. And don't be ashamed to tell me. Don't be ashamed and think I will look at it. It doesn't matter what I think, man. It doesn't matter what anybody's saying. You want the bungalow, lady? Then state it. Keep claiming it. Claim what you dream with emotion. That emotion, when you're going to kiss somebody, you kiss them and you hug them emotion. Life is created from that emotion. So you want to create something in your life. You want your own home. You want a bungalow or you want a 2-story. Whatever it is, get into action. Put emotion into your request. It doesn't matter what's going through your mind. What matters is what's going through your mind when you are making that statement of positivity. When you're putting emotion behind what you want, when you're putting emotion behind your desire, it happens. Emotional prosperity is not always negative. It is also positive, like everything in life. There's left and there's right, there's black and there's white, there's whatever, yin and yang. So everything has two sides. Which side of emotional prosperity do you want? Which side? Which side of emotional prosperity do you intend to take? Put emotion in your dreams and your desires. And do not give one bit of concern to what that person over there is saying. Be bold. Put emotion in it. Draw back your shoulders, chest out, stomach in, and say, I am. I had a chuckle before I came on. My granddaughter told her mother, I am expensive. You think she cared? That her mother was wondering why I just bought you. Well, that's because I am expensive. Right? You understand what I mean? So why, if she can decide she is expensive, no. Can you imagine if she stays and nobody takes that type of emotion from her, where she is going to land? I have dreams for her she could never dream. But I know if they don't curb that, if they don't pull her back and say, don't say that, she'll be fine. She'll be better than fine. Put emotion into your dreams and don't be ashamed to share your dreams. If they don't want to hear it, they can put an earbud in. They only cost $500. Stick one in your ear. You don't have to hear what I'm saying about my emotions. That's how you have to feel about it. When you are applying your dreams and when you're drawing that revision board or when you're saying what you have to say it with emotion. I want a house. It doesn't matter. Describe it. Describe it. It's your dream. But when you're describing it, don't say, I want that house. I really look at the house. No! I want a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom bungalow with a picket fence. I don't know, man. It's your dream. Put it out there. Say it until when they hear you saying it, they don't know what to do with you. They walk away, and that is better than they sucking on their teeth. You get that? So you want that 450 Mercedes-Benz. You know what? Tell them that. Because don't tell me I just want a car, because I'll just go get you a Honda Civic. If that's what you want. But if you want that Mercedes-Benz, then you need to claim it. And when you're speaking it, put emotion in it. The same emotion you put in rage when you're angry, switch it. And put that emotion into your dreams. I want this car. Mike, I can see myself driving it. I can just sit. I can feel the wind in my face. That car is mine. When we want a man, a boyfriend, we go, I like that guy. All that is emotion, you know that, right? We don't go, I like that guy. We don't do that one, do we? And that is why we get what we ask for. We have to be bold and not be ashamed. Like I keep telling you guys, I want to stand on the stages all over the world. I don't care if I'm 199 years old and my 5, 7, 6-year-old granddaughter right now is going to be pushing me in a wheelchair, but I am going to do it. Because every time she hears Grammy is going somewhere, she said, next time I'm going, count me in. Where is Grammy going? Count me in. She doesn't have one hindrance. But I want to speak all over the world. I desire to speak to people and talk to them like I'm talking to you and teach them to live a better life. Because I know what it is to do that. I have a message to lift them up. So I am putting all my emotion when I'm bringing it to you, and one of these days it has to click. That is a guarantee. I am at 7 and I'm there at 8 and I'm trying to be there wherever I can during the day. You think I can fail? There's no room there. I might get a hiccup, but a hiccup, so I'll drink some water, put a paper bag over my head, and get over the hiccup. So I want, when you dream, to put emotion in your dream. That is what emotional prosperity is for. It is born in your heart. I will repeat, for those of you who just came in, because you can listen to it, but I don't want you to miss that. Have you ever noticed when people are so angry, and if they're a little bit really angry, and they're doing this, the veins on the neck is standing up, the fronts are creasing until they're almost ready to bleed, the eyes are shut tight, the hands are clenched, and they're so angry and expressing all their emotion through rage. Sometimes they have a heart attack, because the heart is where the emotion lies. That is where it is. So why don't we look at that wonderful tiny organ that fits in the palm of our hand and tell it with emotion, I want this. I desire this. I must have it. I desire to be the best I can in my business. That's what you can say. You have a business. You want to go on 5 vacations a year. Then tell the heart, you know what? My vacations for this year is 5 of them. What do you think of that? I am going to do this. And they'll say to you, well, I missed 2019. I missed 2020. I missed 2021. I missed 2022. That's 4 of them. So I need 6 vacations in 23 or 24. Yes, I am getting my 6th vacation. Can you not see? It's on my board. I've written it in my book. It's printed on my heart. Come on. That's how you put emotion into what you want. You put emotion into praying. The people that just sit there and pray like it's a lackadaisical prayer, yet in the same Bible they told you that David danced. They said he danced. He put emotion into his desires. He danced. But we want to ask for it and be meek and mild, just a little house. Just a little thing. No, you don't want a little thing. So why are you asking for a little thing? You don't want a little half Mercedes. You don't want a business that is not thriving. You want a successful business, then put your name behind it, put your stamp on it, put your emotion in it, call it and say, listen, your business better get going because I need you to succeed. Come on, what can I do? What it is you want me to feed you with today? Talk to the business like you need to give it something. It's a new day every day. Redraw your design. I haven't heard about that house for a while. Do not wait on anybody to find you that house. It's time you get off your ass and find the house yourself. And you, make sure you know what you're doing about the car. And you with the business, who is there is who I'm talking to. Whatever your dreams are, and you I shouldn't call your name. Whatever those dreams are, make it become a reality. Put some energy in it. Tap the emotion. Make the emotion sing. Do not just sad. You are not a statue. You weren't carved out of stone. So why are you cold? You have flesh and blood and a beating heart and lungs that breathe. Then use them. And don't be afraid. And don't be ashamed. And don't let the critics take the wind out of your sail, deflate your tires, put a spoke in your wheel. No. Don't let them jam your brakes, cut your brakes, and you stop and you stall. And if you feel that way, then listen to the morning blessings. Listen to the morning blessing of today. Your emotion is part of your design for success. Use it in a positive way. Find emotion. Your emotion lies in your second chakra. I told you, we create life there. Why? Because we let our emotion loose in a good way. So why can't we not create the rest of it? Why can't we not create the dreams and the desires that we want to live a fulfilled life? I don't know how long it will take for my dream to become a reality. I only know that I will get up tomorrow, given another choice to do it again, and try, put effort, emotion into doing it better than yesterday. That's the only thing I know. Each of us need a moment of silence. Sit down and write about your dream. Make it into a story. And when you do not know what to do with it, find the one human being that will say, yes, you can. And read the description in the story form you wrote and add emotion to it. Give it color. Give it love. Stick emotion all through it. Whatever you desire to happen, if you put emotion into it, it will work. Emotion is not always having to be on the negative side. Emotion does not always have to run away from you and take you to places you don't want to go. Emotion can be channeled, harnessed to success, to give you the life, to give you the dreams you want to acquire. So all of you that are here tonight, you came to get it. Somewhere, somehow, you need to channel your emotion in the right way. If this emotional pillar of prosperity this Monday night, in the positive form, speaks to you, DM me, tell me, put a comment. I will look at the comments in a few minutes. Put a comment of what you think about turning the emotional prosperity pillar into a positive action, putting it together, and let that emotion work to create the dreams you want, to help you find the goals, the steps that you need to take for gold. Each goal you have, each GOL you have, is an action towards your dream. The goals are not your dream. The goals are goals. Your dream is the main thing. My dream is to own this home. What is my next goal? My next goal is to keep looking for it, to talk about it, to find it, to put the money aside for it. That's my next goal. My goal is to polish my craft, to try better, to do better every day, to work at it consistently and persistently and seek action and make it better until the bell rings. Until the bell rings and it's your turn. Open Oprah Winfrey said, luck is opportunity meeting preparation, or preparation meeting opportunity. Prepare yourself for the opportunity that is coming, because as tomorrow is going to be Tuesday, we know for sure an opportunity will come one day. I don't know what day. That is not what I have to know. I don't know how either. The only thing I know is if I am prepared, when the opportunity comes, then I can step in, take it, and go with it. And people will look at you. The critics will look at you. The doubters will then look at you. And they'll come from two sides. There will be those that said, I never in my wildest dream thought you would get this. And the other one will say, because there's always two sides, right? The other one will say, I knew you could. I always knew you could. So you see what I mean? It doesn't matter what you do. You're going to have those two sides. Which side do you want for you? Use your emotion not for a road rage. Use your emotion to get your desire fulfilled. When that desire is fulfilled, you will get the critics. The same ones that was looking at you and saying, you're just so full of yourself. You think you know everything. You think you can do everything. You think you're this. You think you're the smartest person in the school. You're the brightest light on the chandelier. You're the sharpest pencil in the architect's drawer. And then all of a sudden, you succeed. I know you could. I always knew you could. And you're almost tempted to say, why didn't you tell me that just once? Didn't you know I needed to hear that just once? But no, you don't. You know what you do? You shake it off. You brush it off. And you just keep going, because although you have just reached this first goal, this first desire, it's been achieved. Guess what? Tell Mr. Emotion to get ready. Polish himself. Tell the pillar of emotional prosperity, guess what? We ain't done yet. We reached this desire, but guess what? See this there? You see this sign in front of us, Mr. Emotional Prosperity? It said, new desire, starting in line. And that's where we're headed. So sending you light and joy on this absolutely amazing Monday night. I hope you got it. I hope I touched you emotionally. I hope I spurred you up. I hope I sent you to think and to look at the emotional prosperity pillar in a much different way.